We're back. Thanks for staying with us. Joined now by Roger Pawson. Roger is the CEO of Optec International Incorporated. OPTI is a stock symbol. Roger, always a pleasure having you on the program.
Likewise, Don. Thanks for having me back.
Now, a couple of weeks ago during our last interview, I asked you a pointed question about acquisitions. You gave me a one-word answer, yes. And you made one, Rafina Innovations. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you were right on the edge within a day or so of that comment, Don. And obviously, I was unable to say anything at the time, but yeah. So as you know, Rafina Innovations was / still is a distributor of ours in the Mediterranean territory. And the opportunity came for us to take controlling interest in that company and look at some of the potential opportunities that they had that we felt were expandable pretty quickly and significantly. So we came to agreement and we acquired controlling interest. There's a few really good things beneath the surface on that, and I'm happy to brush across them today if you'd like me to take that direction.
Well, it's kind of interesting because Rafina is also a publicly traded company in its own right.
Exactly. That's why we couldn't do a wholly owned subsidiary acquisition, obviously, for that. So we did acquire controlling interest.
Now, they have an acquisition they made themselves, something called Sea Pharma, which is very interesting.
Yeah, Sea Pharma. To be candid with you, that was our main motivation for acquiring controlling interest in that. Sea Pharma is a wholly owned subsidiary of Rafina Innovations. Sea Pharma is actually not only a pharmaceutical distributor to the ocean-going vessel shipping lines, but they actually produce medications at their facility in Athens and in Cyprus. So the interest for us was really Sea Pharma because it's an opportunity for us to expand and be much closer to a medical based company in those sectors for PPE, and ultimately expansion closer to more and more medical opportunities throughout the world. The Mediterranean is a big opportunity for the meds industry. As you know, Cyprus is a big medical development community. Probably not nationally known, but it really is. But the opportunity is twofold. Not only is it that, but the fact that Sea Pharma has major relationships with most of the major shipping lines opens all kinds of doors for us, not just in the PPE, but with our fuel technologies and our solar opportunities. So it was a good opportunity. We think it's very beneficial to the company. Long term, I think it's going to have some really great benefits. An all-around win-win for us and further expansion. The Mediterranean is kind of the pathway to Asia and Europe for us. And what I can say is we will be opening an Optec International office in that region very soon to oversee the Rafina Innovations and the Sea Pharma operations with the intent of expanding both fairly quickly.
So this has really gone a long way toward expanding your global footprint.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, just when we thought that the PPE market might be slowing down, it's anything but that. I mean, it seems like it's getting ready to explode again.
Yeah, and there are two sides to that. Whilst, the resurgence of the pandemic, while sad, particularly in the US, it's not as, it's the Delta strain is right. What we're really referring to. In the US, whilst it is expanding somewhat, in Europe particularly, the fatality numbers are significantly higher. But it is opening up the PPE market again. But I want to basically just put my 2 cents into this and explain that during the original pandemic, companies like ours were purchasing a lot of products from Europe, the Mediterranean, and Asia to bring into the country to, provide for the pandemic. At this point in time, we have one of the lesser numbers and hope it stays that way as a country for the Delta strain. But whilst there is a surge in the PPE market, everyone should realize that a lot of the products are readily available in Europe, where we were purchasing them from, and Asia, to deal with the biggest outbreak areas over there. So instead, it's working in reverse, basically. So we were importing those to take care of America and North America. Right now, for the Mediterranean, Europe, and Asia, they have a lot of their own resources. So we're not seeing the surge in comparison to how large it was over the last 12, 18 months in the US for the purchase of those products. We are seeing an increase for sure, and we feel it is going to grow because people and institutions, medical institutions, do not want to fall behind in supply. So they're kind of stockpiling a little bit. So to be candid, we are seeing an increase, yes, not to the magnitude we saw last year. And hopefully, from a medical standpoint, we don't see too much more growth on this side of the business for the pandemic to expand here.
How about the overall company? What's the outlook for the remainder of the year?
It's pretty good. We have some plans. We just moved, as you know, into a new 50,000 square foot admin and distribution center, in addition to two of our other facilities. We're consolidating to two total, being our Scott Street location, 22,000 square feet of distribution there. This one's about 50. We're subleasing two of our other existing buildings, which is a good thing because they're still under our umbrella should we ever need them again in the future. So a lot of good things in the works. The fuel technology is becoming very, very popular. As you know, we've been part of that for 7 years. Increasing fuel prices, changes in emission requirements is creating a large demand for that again. So time took its toll in a good way for that product now.
Once again, Optec International, OPTI. Roger, great interview. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me, Don. Talk to you soon. Stay safe, everyone.